Hello, Richard.
Good morning. How are you, Colin?
I'm okay. I could have used your baby shoe the other day
You didn't forget about my baby shoe, but why would you need my baby shoe?
because I have a gigantic blister about as big as a quarter on the back of my heel.
Oh,
I got a I bought a terrible pair of shoes that I shouldn't have bought to hike in, and they just weren't good. I don't know. And so I did 10 miles the other day,
what?
and yeah, and I wore it all the way. I mean, it hurts bad. So I put Neosporin and gauze and these bandages, and it hurts bad. It's like rubbed through like 3 layers of skin.
What?
I,
10
I'm not
miles.
going to show you. It
No,
would
please
make
don't. Please,
it
I
would
don't even
make you,
want to talk about it, to be honest with you.
but it hurts. So anyway, I could have used a
Now,
different
what's the
shoe.
baby shoe? What's the baby shoe for? It wouldn't even fit on the size of your toe.
It would fit better than the shoe that I bought that was terrible. By the way, I commend Public Lands though. They took the shoes back and gave me different shoes.
What's public lands?
It's an outdoor store owned by Dick's. It's up in Cranberry, like by Best Buy and by Costco.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
anyhow,
let's
but my
let's
foot is
get to that.
killing me.
What? That's what you get for going 10 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Did you run 10 or walk 10?
No, hiked it. We're gonna try to do 12 on Sunday if I can
That,
walk.
that's insanity. And you do this with
My buddy
Mr.
Dave.
Mr. White?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, whatever, just think of me as you're hiking.
Well, you could do it in your mind.
Yeah, no thanks. I'm out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's it with that jacket? You got a new jacket. It's very Timberlake.
What? Timberlake? Ooh.
Yeah.
I love him. I do like him.
I could see him wearing that jacket.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, it's not a Timberlake jacket. What are we going to talk about today?
Let's talk about you know what I want to talk about? What I think this is a topic I think you're going to have a take on. Did you see they're flirting with getting rid of the chain gang in the NFL and going to automation for measuring first downs?
Yeah, I did.
What do you think about the pomp and circumstances of having those guys and come on? I think it's a mistake to get rid of it, even though they have the technology. You don't always have to use it. What do you think?
I mean, I don't mind it. I really don't. I also don't mind it the way it is. There's an imperfect system. There's nothing perfect, and it can be there can be errors using it digitally also. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Well, I don't even think it's about. I think both are pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Obviously, one a little bit more accurate than the other. I just think that sometimes I like the drama and the theater and the television of the guy stretching that out. And, oh, is it going to be long enough? Oh, is that football? I enjoy moments like that.
Yeah, I mean, none of it matters to me, really. I can't even weigh in on it.
No,
it's so insignificant to me. I don't care.
See, to me, when we lose those moments that give us reason to tune in or give us theater, it becomes robotic to me.
Yeah.
What's important to you today?
It's not changing. It doesn't change it. There's nothing. I mean, it might change the outcome of a down or a game, but it doesn't change the game, really. I don't think.
It's just, no. So what's important to you? What do you want to talk about?
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
No. I'm really excited. That's not true. I'm excited to see. I saw in the Post-Gazette today they talk about they don't think that Justin Fields will be here because he's going to test the market. I disagree with that. I think
he'll be here.
Oh, I do because I think he gives us the best opportunity right now. I love Russell Wilson. I think I might have said this. I don't even like Aaron Rodgers, let alone love him.
No.
I also don't love the idea of short-term solutions. And, Russell Wilson, as much as I like him, he's not the long-term solution for this team. And I really believe, and I look at every team around the league and I see the things they do, and I don't understand it because I really don't believe in trying to establish a today win more than a tomorrow.
Okay.
Future.
Well, then didn't you just talk yourself into then offering Justin Fields a long-term contract?
I did. Yeah, I did, because he's going to get one. He'll get one somewhere. He's young. He's mobile. The rap is that he's not an accurate passer. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know that he's not, and I don't know that he can't be made to be. Is that a teachable skill? I don't know, but I can tell you this: he will get a contract somewhere, and that will leave us with the choices that I saw today of Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers, which is
it's just not happening.
Awful. It's an awful choice. He's awful. He's an awful, awful representative. Awful.
It's not going to happen.
I hope not.
Okay.
I hope not. So that was something I saw this morning that I thought, I really should weigh in on that.
I think, Justin, what it trickles down to right now is you may not have an ideal candidate, right? There may not be somebody in the pipeline that is ideal that you say, okay, this is the perfect quarterback for us, but Justin Fields is the best for what the situation entails right now.
Well, so think about this. And this would be a great analytics question. How many top-ranked, top-rated quarterbacks coming out of college actually achieve a level of success of the franchise quarterback that everybody desires? It's the magic dust.
Yeah, very few.
Okay, so how many? Like, when's the last time? Right, the guys that look. Tom Brady,
case in point,
6th round choice, right?
Right, and flip the other side. Trevor Lawrence was going to save the world, right?
Yes. Brady Quinn. Come on, I can go down the line.
Ryan Leaf.
Right. Yeah. I mean, come on. Now, if you do that and you apply that, because that's like that old saying, the devil you know is better than the devil you know. If you apply that logic, you know what you have in Justin Fields. You absolutely know, right? Justin Fields can go, to me, nowhere but up. He's got a lot of upside potential. He is mobile, it checks a box for today's NFL. He is a quiet leader. I mean, he's got so many things going for him, as opposed to trying to draft a quarterback. I mean, you're going to be what are we in the draft this year? We're going to draft a 4th round pick, a 3rd round pick for a quarterback, and hope, and then maybe next year we'll do worse and we'll get a higher pick. I mean, or we'll trade for a pick. The pick is still it's a gamble.
I agree with you. I think we have seen the worst of Justin Fields in his career, but I think that there's potentially more that we could see the best of Justin Fields in his career that maybe we haven't seen yet. I fully agree with you there. I think we've seen the bottom of his career. I think there's more left to potentially accomplish and him get better.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he's got a big upside. And again, I don't want to appear as if I don't favor or like Russell Wilson. I like Russell Wilson. If he had the same amount of career left that Justin Fields had, I'm in on Russell. But I'm not in on that model, on that business model that says win today. You have to be able to do the balance. You have to win today and plan for tomorrow.
No, I'm with you. I'm 100% with you on all of that. What do you make of a trip to Ireland, Richard?
I mean,
if somebody gave you a free ticket, would you go?
No.
You wouldn't? Not for a free ticket?
No.
Why is that?
No. Well, I just wouldn't go. I have a hard time going to Akershire.
But you wouldn't go to see? No. When I brought this up the other day on my show. When I go away, I don't want to be around a gazillion Pittsburghers. That's no knock. It just is what it is. I leave Pittsburgh to go away from Pittsburgh. And I don't do things that I can do at home, which is we'll go to a football game.
Yeah.
But I take a free trip to Ireland.
Why?
just to go. I mean,
You Irish? Do you have an Irish heritage?
yeah.
Oh, well, I don't. I'm half Syrian, half Italian. I'm crazy.
Right, because nobody else from Munhall is half Syrian, half Italian at all. But
I
that
think
is
that makes me a minority.
yes. But anyhow, so you wouldn't go to Ireland. There, you know what? There's gonna be half of Western Pennsylvania is gonna go.
You think?
Oh yeah, 100% so.
Let's more than that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about these games that are being played internationally.
I think it's stupid.
Oh, really?
At this point, I think it is because I don't see the end to the means. Like they're not going to put a team overseas. They
Yeah.
up.
Yet,
Where's it feasible though? Like London?
maybe.
Then players would have to live there. They're going to uproot their family there. The business model is crazy. You would have a time difference between Los Angeles and London of what 10 hours where you try to be in the same league. I just don't think it will work. Um, you have all that
You need to
in.
be working now, though.
Well, here's why. You don't have a home base team. You have teams traveling and going, then coming home, traveling and going and coming home. No
But
one
you're
has to live
building,
there.
but you're building it from the foundation, from the ground up. You're building the desire. You're building the market. And I think that, honestly, I think Roger Goodell's brilliant.
I think he's the best. He's definitely the best commissioner in sports. He's insane. He's incredible. There's labor, peace. There's all that. But
Yeah. And I
think
think his vision is spot on. I think that it's a long-term play, and I think it makes sense. Where else are you going to grow? You can't really grow much more in this country. I mean, we're dominant. I mean, there's nothing that's bigger than the NFL.
the place you could grow and keep it closer is Mexico City.
Yeah, after the tariffs.
Yeah, it's not going to happen right now, but that's the one place. But London presents an interesting position in that I think you could potentially grow there, but to have a home-based team there it'd be really tough logistically.
Well, it would be tough logistically unless you had, 16 teams, each of them get a shot to travel overseas, or 8 teams. What are your home games would be 8,
Right?
and
But
so that's what happens. And
but you're asking them to come this way 8 times.
you could do it both ways.
Yeah.
Rotate it. I mean, you really could. What's the difference? If you get on a plane and fly 6 hours, or get on a plane and fly 8 hours, it depends. Scheduling becomes really paramount there because, then you have from East Coast to overseas is a lot closer than a West Coast to overseas.
Well, I think what you would have to do, honestly, logistically talking it out, is have those teams do double trips and just stay in America for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's doable. It's doable, and I think Roger Goodell's proving it's doable. I mean, look, when instant replay was first used, everybody thought that was crazy too. But by the way, that was my very best friend in the world that created instant replay.
That's what you said. That's phenomenal stuff.
Tony Verna, Verna. Google him.
Yeah.
Yep, that's him. Rune Arledge thinks it was him, but it wasn't.
But it wasn't. It was Tony Verna.
It was Tony Verna.
Yeah.
Yep. Read it. Good.
No, I'm going to look it up as soon as we're done.
You say that, but you never have.
No, how do you know that? Tony Verna's he's from Nevada, right?
No, he's from Philadelphia.
Right.
South Philly.
Oh, yeah. How did you meet this guy?
In Nevada. When I worked for Caesars.
See? I obviously read about it.
I did a show, interestingly, with him. I co-produced it. He produced it from CBS. I produced it from Caesars Palace. And it was called Weekend Heroes. And it was a Weekend Heroes. Do you happen to remember somebody named Paul Hornung?
Oh, yeah. He won a Heisman Trophy.
Right. So Paul Hornung was the host of Weekend Heroes. I'm not even sure. It might be Googleable. I don't know. But so we co-produced the show. Now that show became syndicated at the time. Syndication was big. And we produced it right from Caesars in Lake Tahoe, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's how I met him. And then I met his family, and we became really good friends. And they were my second family. We became really close friends.
Wow. Caesars in Lake Tahoe.
Yep. Weekend
Wow.
Heroes.
Do they still have that property, Caesars?
No.
No, that's different there now.
Well, yeah, it's different. You had in Lake Tahoe, you had Harrah's, and you had it's actually where I met Bill Cosby. I'm embarrassed to tell you, but yeah, because Bill Cosby used to play at Harrah's all the time. So yeah, and Lake Tahoe is a wonderful place, but you know people, everybody because it's small.
Do you know, I thought of this the other day because I saw something on YouTube. People say, like, if you could go back in time and go to like any concert or whatever, I would go to the late 50s or 60s and see one of those and see like Elvis or some of the Rat Pack or somebody in one of those small rooms in Vegas. That's if I could go back in time and see any concert, that's what I would see. Like, see Sammy Davis at like the small rooms on the strip. That to me would be incredible.
So not to hijack, but that's kind of the life I lived at the time.
That's awesome.
I mean, I would go. Sammy Davis Jr.'s manager was a girl named Treva. We would go hang out. Rip Taylor was do you remember Rip Taylor?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
We were like really good friends. We were like, we were really good friends. But there was we hung out. We hung out with Sammy Davis. Frank Sinatra sat at my table and we had dinner. 3 people, me, Dan Chandler, and Frank Sinatra, and we would talk. Andy Williams, Paul Anka used to call me when he was coming to town, and I'd give him my car to use. And his manager was a lady named Mary Rizzo. And that's what we did. And and we'd go because these guys would then Jay Leno at the time would play the lounge, right? You just be walking by and Jay Leno would grab a mic and start talking.
It was cool. That would be. Well, the strip now is crazy in so much as everything's either very high end or terrible. There's nothing kind of like in the middle. The common man has been sort of flexed out of Vegas.
Haven't been there for so long. Have no desire to go there.
No. You got your fill of it?
Yeah, it's different. It's just very different now. And it was a life.
Well, you know what else too? I think ruined the Vegas experience is sports gambling became able to happen all over the world. It became able to happen from your living room chair. Before, you used to have to destination sports gamble. I mean, to do it legally. And that was something that the electricity of being in the book, because you couldn't get it in Pennsylvania. You couldn't get it in, other places. You had to go to Caesar's big room with a gigantic ceiling or, over to, over to the Superbook or somewhere like that. And it was like, wow, this is it. This is what you read about or what you see on TV. I'm here.
It was magical. I mean, it really was. It was magical, and it had the allure of we talk about when Las Vegas was owned by the mob. That's romantic to me, right? Because those things were true. Caesar's Palace was begun by a guy named Clifford Perlman in like 1969, some crazy year, and Cliff had a daughter named Robin Perlman. And we became really good friends, and we produced, we brought David Copperfield.
Oh, wow.
We were the first ones to have him. We had him at the Caesars Tahoe showroom. I booked him for 3 months, solid. People thought we were crazy, but look at David Copperfield now. I haven't talked to him, but I can tell you if I were to call him, he'd take my call.
Jeez.
Yeah, we were really good friends. And because remember, Lake Tahoe, there's nothing to do there. Right, other than the casinos. And so I had him for 3 months, and we were like, that's all we did. We had every day we were together.
Now somebody told me, because I'm not old enough to remember this, I just missed it. You could take the Super Bowl, you could take the NCAA tournament, you could take all that stuff. Nothing made Vegas buzz like a big heavyweight fight back in the day.
Absolutely. And the director of sports and entertainment at the time was a guy named Bob Halloran. And Bob he was a graduate of CBS. I mean, he came from CBS Sports. and he produced all of those for us. And because we were the king. Caesar's Palace was the king of those. And I was at many of them. I was at Leonard Duran. In front row. It was just so great. There was nothing. You're right. Nothing that ever could eclipse that. And Bob Halloran, funny story, because I think I've told you the story, was the guy that got married to the lady that was known to be very difficult. And
Right.
Said, Bob, how you doing, Bob? Are you happy? And he was, so damn happy. But so that was pretty fun. But yeah, no, nothing like a prize fight. Tyson, saw them all. And we brought, through Bob Halloran and a guy named Jack Long, we had the Caesar's Palace Grand Prix there, the Formula One race.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we brought that there. Yeah, it was a one heck of a time, let me say.
Did you ever go to the Baja or the Baja trucks out in the desert?
No, never did that.
I'd go to that.
No, never did that. Not even sure we had it then.
No.
Yeah,
Man.
I don't know. But it was how did we get on this topic, for heaven's sake?
It's the replay and your buddy, Verna.
Yeah, look him up.
I am. I'm going to as soon as we're done.
Kara already did.
Yeah, right. All right. What else you got going on?
That's it. I'm done.
Well, don't lose that jacket. I really like it.
I'll give it to you.
I'll talk to you.
Right.
I'll see you.
Goodbye.